So young Philly. Now we didn't discuss this on Unfiltered. We were supposed to. Not sure why we never even discussed this, but we'll definitely go into this again because there's now been an update in this case. So British YouTuber and rapper Young Philly, whose real name is Andres Felipe, appeared before Perth Magistrates Court on the 11th of March, where he pleaded not guilty to multiple charges, included 3 counts of assault, including bodily harm, and 1 count of strangulation, and 4 counts of without consent. These charges stem from an alleged incident in September 2024, where Philly is accused of a woman in his Perth hotel room following a nightclub performance. So he's now pleaded not guilty to these accusations, which we initially covered back in September. Is now pleaded not guilty. Now, with a situation like this, there's not too much to say, people, because even though he's pleaded not guilty, there's no outcome to the case yet. So we still find ourselves in the same position. One thing that article didn't mention here is that he's already been suspended from the majority of his partnerships. Now, the way I look at this is similar to the way I look at Noel Clarke, which I want to revisit that in a second as well. But once you are accused of something, that is all it really takes for your career to be over. Now, we've been saying this for maybe 4 years straight. We tried to really emphasize this on our show, that you can't keep making people guilty off the back of an allegation. Wait until the facts come out. But the facts of this case is, one thing that we can say is a fact is this, that in this current climate, any man who finds himself in this position, you can't really feel sorry for him, people, because we know what this climate's about. So whether you got stardom or whatever it is you've got, you need to know how to carry yourself, because the facts are a lot of these YouTubers and TikTokers and influencers and overall content creators are forgetting just as fast as it took you to build it up.
Come on.
You can lose it that fast as well.
Let's not be naive. You know, the male psyche and the male physiology and the mental makeup of a male. If you're not in a committed relationship, then of course you want women. Now, if you're a influencer, you're known, or you're a streamer or whatever, that is going to heighten that ability and availability of women and access to women. So it's going to happen, Mark. It goes without saying. We would be stupid and naive to say it wouldn't happen. Where the problem lies is, pardon self, it's not going to happen to me. How'd that happen, Mark Noble? That happened to Noel Clarke. Yo, that happened to the Marvel geezer chasing the girl. What's his name? Chasing her down with
Jonathan Majors.
Majors, that's it. Majors, yeah, that's him, man. Like, that's not me. I'm just having fun. It's never gonna happen to me until man's back in Perth. Man did there in court. Man's having to spend. Here you go, Mr. Lawyer. What's that? £250 an hour. Okay, yeah, man.
Wow.
Put that through. I'll put 5K as a retainer down, and I'll put the other 10 as we go through this thing. How long you reckon this case is going to drag out? What are the implications? The PR team, his manager saying, yo, this ain't looking too good, brethren. Why didn't you keep your willy in your pants? Why didn't you protect yourself? How was you protecting yourself in these scenarios which you were playing out? You know, self-preservation, right? When we get on planes, there's a little stewardess, then they stand there, and there's also a video if you're going transatlantic, and it says, yo, if the plane is an emergency, put your own mask on first.
Facts.
And then you put the mask on the little baby or the person who is a bit frail or infirmed. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Because you can't help them until you've helped yourself.
Come on, sibling.
These are facts, and everything you've said right there is facts, Noble. I was speaking to a brother, and he was saying to me that we come across quite harsh in our commentary on this, because he was saying that young Philly's young, making money, and having his way with life. And I said to him, I understand that, but that you can't live that same way in today's world. You just cannot. No matter what you think or what you believe, you can't live that way, because the biggest and most important thing a man can do, yeah, is have control over his urges. Because you see now, think about it, people. Do you think there's a world where young Philly would have not took that girl back to his hotel now? Do you think about it now? If you're young Philly now, remember, and we're just speaking on one side, we're just talking like we don't even know, but we're just saying like if he is innocent. You see what I mean? Now you do have the other side of it where he could be guilty. We don't know. But this is what happens when you put yourself in these conversations. You put yourself in a conversation where half are going to say he's probably innocent and half are going to say he's probably guilty. The best thing to do is avoid putting yourself in these conversations. And like I said to that brother the other day, the only thing what I would do if I was one of them mans that were traveling around the world and all that, have a woman that you bring with you then. If you're a man who can't go days or weeks without lying down or whatever mans want to call it, yeah, then have a woman that you travel and bring with you on the road. Like how them old school mans like Jamie, the guy Ray, what's his name again, Noble? Ray Charles. Remember when them mans used to go on the road?
Oh, you going back then?
Yeah,
okay.
Remember you're talking back in, when them mans used to go on the road, they'd have a woman with them. You know what I mean? Because remember, you gotta think there's so much. Forget about even getting cancelled or getting yourself accused of a mad, heinous crime.
Yes.
The girl could have a disease.
Come on.
The girl could rob you. The girl could kill you. Anything. Like, these men are just moving reckless. And now, it doesn't matter. Like, what people don't understand is, it doesn't matter what podcasters think. It don't matter what social commentators think. It don't matter what blogs and comments on blogs think. What matters is where he's getting paid from.
Come on.
Where he's being paid from matters. And the people that are paying him, they're not saying, yo, did he do it or did he not do it? They're saying the fact his name's in the conversation is enough for us to cut ties. That's why you keep yourself out of that kind of conversation. But these men are that reckless. Like, this is why I look at these men and I say, there's no way you experienced any level of popularity before you made it in content.
Come on.
Because why are you moving so reckless? Like, you're in Australia, yeah? And I'm telling you now, people, it doesn't, forget about what all these men online are saying. You're in Australia. When that girl goes into court, yeah, I don't see my man coming out, yeah, and walking away from that and walking away clean. I don't see it because because there are men who are into like mad methods of having
domination.
Fun. Yeah, all that kind of madness.
Yeah.
There are men who do it, Noble. So is it a situation where is a man who's doing that and it's gone wrong? Or is it a situation where he's did it?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm glad you brought that dynamic in, because I have to highlight this. Again, I will highlight it. Look at the filth. Not just old school porn with the hairy tutu. Yeah? We're talking about the most degrading and filthy so-called, it's labeled a sexual act, that is being pumped out. Man's got the pocket computer going. They're sending raw videos of the most nasty acts. Your brain gets re-flipping programs, and this is the thing that gets these little youngsters off, man. They're not into just traditional things, man. And I'm not just talking hypothetically. I've had conversations with male and female, and the kind of things that they're getting up to, it's all based upon what they are seeing on their little devices. This is no longer the 1980s. This is no longer the 1990s, where, as we built on last week, Mr. Westwood was doing exactly the same thing, boss. But he's a big grown man at the time, and he was having his way. There was no Me Too movement back then. No. There wasn't even a potential social media platform really bubbling like that, where people, there wasn't an industry where people were outing. There wasn't a climate where someone can say, back in 1982, right, I went to the Dome nightclub yeah, on Bristol Road. And this geezer, da 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 da. I want mine now. Yeah. He did something to me crazy. This is the climate which we have now, where people can go back to when they were, 30 years back and bring
Yeah,
up encounters and based upon that, you as a male, you cancelled, you're done. Plastic fork time, you're done. That's
facts,
it.
facts. And that's why man are supposed to know that it doesn't matter. Even if you're a brother who works in McDonald's, you're supposed to know that. And if you don't, and you find yourself in one of these predicaments, then all I can say to you is you need to put your head down in prayer, because man's supposed to know you can't move reckless in today's world. You can't, man. You can't. This is not back in the day. You can't move reckless. And look at Noel Clarke now. So the update with Noel Clarke is Noel Clarke, yeah, the main accuser that everyone was using to say that he was guilty, has came out and said it wasn't true. Said it wasn't. But think about it. We are now in what, 2025, March 15 to be exact. And she says that now this guy was cancelled back in 2021.
Yeah.
2021/2022. This guy got fully cancelled. Yeah. Man had a show on Sky, billboards all around the UK. Man was doing all kind of behind the scenes work, writing, had all kind of promising things in the works. All of those things were cancelled almost immediately. My man never really spoke too much. He should have came out and spoke. So even with Noel Clarke, when everyone's coming out now saying, "Oh my God, Noel Clarke, oh my God," you have to remember, A, he come out and he apologized. You don't apologize if you're not guilty or nothing.
Come on.
B, it took you too long to come out and speak. Now these women, this one woman's come out and said it weren't true, but your career's done. And this is what I'm saying. Like, too many, man. You've been Central Park 5'd. That's what's happened to you, man. You've been Central Park 5'd. When them man try and put things on your jacket, yeah, unapologetically, you scream from any rooftop, "Yo, I'm innocent. This never happened."
Yeah.
This never happened. You do that because look how the UK press works, yeah. When Noel Clarke was accused, yeah, the front of every paper, every blog, everything, my man was finished. Or everyone covered it. Now that this woman come out and said, "Yo, none of it was true," that like what based on her, she said none of it was true. There's no coverage, probably the odd low level blog. That's it. No one's covered it. No one's come out, but it's too little too late, because that's what happens, Noble. If you notice, they blow these things up at the start and you see these man everywhere, all over the papers everywhere. And then as the time goes by, it just comes out of people's mind. But think about it now. A man like him, if he didn't invest his money right, yeah,
Come on.
my man would have to probably get a job in the future. Now, just think how crazy that is. A man with the catalog that he's got, even though I don't put his catalog, I don't think his catalog's nothing. I'm not disrespecting a man or nothing, but I don't think his catalog. I don't think his catalog is like nothing crazy. But that's a different story.
He's put work in.
He has, because adulthood. I went cinema to kidulthood, adulthood, brotherhood. I went cinema for all of them. 4, 3, 2, 1. I went cinema for that. What was the other one he did? He did some other film. I've seen his career. He was in Doctor Who and all sorts. I had a bad experience with my man, and you're finished. You're finished, and this is what I'm trying to say. We were saying this all of 21, all of 22, all of 23, all of 24. The Jay-Z thing. Now there's an actual recording come out of the woman saying that the lawyer told her to lie. People still don't care. People are quick to tear you down at an allegation. All these man's careers done. All of it off the back of an allegation. I told, man, the guy from JLS. I always using him as an example. The guy from JLS, look, the man's career's done. Off an no one even cares that it was an accusation. And this is what I'm saying with young Philly now. The reason why I don't really feel sorry for a man like young Philly over a man like the JLS brother is because when the JLS guy got jammed up, that was at the start of Me Too.
Mm.
Man didn't know that you could get jammed up like that and people wouldn't care. Whereas Philly should know better.
No, but just to highlight that point there as well, is the industry, it was acceptable, it was accepted. You've told tales of girls, and I know these same tales as well, linking security guards, doing stuff with them so they can gain access to these people. This is unfortunately, you have the innocence where it's literally just fans. Yo, I just want to, can we take a picture? But then you have the ones who want to go that step further. No, I don't picture. I don't picture. I want to have a person. That's what I want to do. You know what I mean? So you've got that from the public, and you've got people entering the industry as males, males. What do males want? The males want to do sexual things. Now they're popular, and the gal them are screaming and they're crying. They're scanning the crowds. Yeah, man, get that one, and get that brown-headed one over there, man. That brunette, yeah, man. I want that. After this thing here, yeah. That's what was done. Climate's changed now, as you're saying. Climate's changed. So what does that mean? Doesn't that mean that you should then kind of try and protect yourself? Doesn't it mean that you should be potentially scared of all of the things you were doing in the past? Because the past means nothing now. The past is now the present, because they can draw back 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. Yeah. You know, man, look, they could have just took a picture with the people that are having pictures and saying, yeah. You see this picture? I was 14 then, or 15. And we started talking and all this kind of stuff, and this lies. Because the newspapers they're putting feelers out. They're doing the damn something. What's that technology? We can get the photograph, and then from the photograph, you can go then figure out who is it. Google Lens, is it?
Yeah. Google Lens, yeah.
So then they're doing that. Oh, JLS, who's that girl that he's with? Oh, we sent a picture of you online. Can you just give us a story about meeting that person? Here we go. And then the producers get there. Yo, we can give you a bit more money, if you've got a juicy story. Oh, here we go. Now it's my time to shine. Now it's my time to be a victim and be financially compensated for potentially destroying someone's career.
Exactly. There's no comeback. Like the Noel Clarke thing, really. And D42, I see what you're saying in the chat. Noel went on to the Scottish Brothers podcast a while back, James English. But D42, he went on there way too late. He went on there way too late. You have to understand, that if someone's coming to you and if someone's saying, yo, my man raped me or whatever, that's one of the worst things you can accuse a man of. Like, I don't care what no lawyer's telling me. I'm saying to the world, yo, I didn't do these things, I can't say too much, but I didn't do these things. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what they say in court. I don't care. I didn't do it. And this is what I'm saying. But these men, again, they don't know how to move. Because young Philly, you would have thought he's been in position long enough. He's made enough money to have maybe have gotten most of that out of his system. If that's still within your system, you don't deserve to be famous no more. You don't, because if you're meeting random girl in Australia and thinking that you got some sick fetish and you can play that out with the girl, what you think's gonna happen? What you think's gonna happen? Like, it does, and another thing, I'm gonna say this raw. I don't care how much man are vexed as well. All them like Cubans and those like guys that have like the same hair of us and that, but they're always claiming like, nah, I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican, or no, I'm not black, I'm whatever them places are, You see young Philly, are they saying that you're Colombian or any of that now? There you go, man. They're not saying, he's Colombian. They're not saying that you're going through the same process that a man who looks like me and Noble would go through now.
Come on.
They don't care about no Colombia. And when you're over there, you're going to find something out real fast. Real fast. Because all that girl needs to do is go in there and to be honest, let's keep it real, because this don't get said enough. Thoughts are with the potential victim if she did go through that. Yeah, we got to bear that in mind, because as much as we're saying this, it could just be a sick individual that enjoys that kind of thing. But at the same time, I don't see a world where she goes into court and recounts her side of the story very tearfully and needing tissue and all of that. I don't
Come
see
on.
a world where they bang the hammer and say not guilty. I don't see that. I feel like young Philly is finished either way, whether he walks away with a not guilty or whether he walks away with a guilty but he's balling that he's innocent. I feel like he's done either way because you know what you have to remember about a lot of these guys as well. They don't really build nothing for themselves, you know. Like people, a lot of these man, even down to the podcast you see them chatting on, it's a man who funded that for them.
Come
It's a
on,
man who paid
sibling.
that. It's a man who pays them and says, "Yo, you have this podcast." It's not. They ain't actually. They don't actually own nothing. So they're not selling no product that belongs to them. They're not selling no merch that belongs to them. So now, when you see things like this happen, remember, like Noble said, these legal representatives, they're charging man $250 an hour. Them kind of prices. And when man
I
are
know.
paying out them big money all the time, it's gonna take a toll. They're saying that right now. Diddy, same thing. They're saying that his legal costs is like record breaking levels. Noble Diddy.
Imagine. I
So
can imagine.
and this is what you know when we always say about money. Are these man Noble not showing us that what we're saying is true?
Come on.
Exactly, because they got money but no power. What people don't understand: money, power, and respect come hand in hand.
Yes.
If your money's really right, that comes with the right amount of power. If you got the right amount of power, that comes with the right amount of respect.
And fear and respect are very closely linked, but two different things. And people are on this other vibe of fear, 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 when it's all about the respect, man. What's the phase with the phrase? First you get the money, then you get the power, and you get the respect.
Yeah, man, the locks, money, power, respect, man.
Come on, man.
Facts.
It's now the lawyer situation. That in itself, like these are industries. People are eating in every single angle. Are eating off people's bad choices. Bad choices.
Basically, what we're getting at is that Philly, I'm gonna keep it real. There's no way back. I think he ends up in the same place Noel Clarke ends up. Jonathan Majors, right now, I believe Marvel believe they made a mistake. The only reason I said that because people hear what I'm saying. They're starting to put out little like stories like he got touched when he was a youth. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're putting out things now like, oh, just stories that will make the public
Marvel themselves. Or you talking about like news outlets?
the news outlets. But what I'm saying is there was some stories maybe a month ago where they were saying that Majors may get his role back as Kang in the Marvel universe. And then when that news came out, Marvel came out maybe a week later and said it wasn't true. But as we know, Noble, these companies will put things out to kind of gauge the response. And then if they don't get the response they want, then they'll come out and confirm whether it was true or not. And that's what they've done with him. But what it is Hollywood don't want to uncancel Jonathan Majors because if they uncancel him, it sets a bad precedence moving forward.
Exactly.
I don't see a way back for my man. I don't see a way back. He has to hold himself accountable. All these other guys now, and girls too, you can learn from this. You can learn from him. So now, if another man's name comes out in 3 months, or he was in some hotel room with a random girl, man can't feel sorry for you. And this goes for all of them. All them guys like KSI and all of them like as well. Because it's all giggles and laughs right now. But if you find yourself on one of them charges, it can all go down that fast. So that's why the best thing to do is approach every situation. Approach every situation like someone's trying to set you up. That's what I'd say. You know, like boxers, Noble, when they finish a fight, they're not going to take water or nothing from a random man because there's people that will actually try and spike you. Yeah, give you something tainted so that they can take what you've built. So you have to approach that the same way, especially if you've built something.
Just to reiterate, protect yourself, man. Protect yourself. That analogy is excellent because you have to, a athlete, a prize fighter has to look and measure and calculate exactly what goes into his body to perform outside of dirty managers and whatever, people with bad intentions trying to, after the fight, give you supplements and whatever because you get tested pre and post fight. Yeah. So it's you have to be paranoid. You got to be annoyed. You should be. Look, signs, symbols, and wonders. Yeah, we have blackboards and we have whiteboards. We have even moving images showing the downfalls, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. This dude is 29 years of age, born on the 6th of August, 1995. Beautiful time, man. Beautiful time. Fifth Ward Juvenile's Deadly Grounds album on Rackalot Records came out in that year, around that period. I remember it well. A beautiful year. The youth has clearly got, he has a young mind. He's in a society and in a world where, you're young, he's called himself Young Philly, right? This is the vibe, innit? You gotta look cool, you gotta get all the bad bees, and you gotta fulfill all your dreams, especially your sexual desires, as quickly and as often as possible. This is unfortunately the mindset which has been installed into these youngsters, and it's down to parents, friends, circle of people who you're around to look, yo, Philly, calm yourself down, brother. If you're going to be on that vibe, where's the camera? Where's the dude that's with you all 24/7, videotaping this stuff, getting the girl to pull her driving license out to show how old she is, saying, yeah, man, my name's Clarissa flipping Samuels from whatever town and city, fill in the blanks. I'm here right now, August 15th, 2025, to put in this twerk. Yeah, we ain't gonna film the whole thing, but I'm just showing you I'm down like 4 flat tires, and this is the thing. Hey, isn't it?
And it's consensual.
Simple?
And it's consensual.
Come on.
Yeah, no, they need consent. They need consent because the facts are we're in a very disingenuous time, and it's not only that we're in a disingenuous time, it's that we're in a time where people won't say, "Oh, I got it wrong. He didn't actually do that. Give him back what he lost." Even when it's proven, oh, that never happened that way it was originally stated, you've still stay cancelled. Example, Jonathan Majors, a man was on video running from a woman. That woman was not scared of this man. He was running. Imagine the man knew he was getting cancelled as he was running. The man knew, if I stay here, I'm going to get even running, you still get cancelled. Even running. Like, so this is
removing yourself from the situation.
Even when you say, yo, let me get out of here, you still get cancelled. Imagine people you don't understand that role my man had. If you're not into Marvel, people, he was going to play a guy called Kang the Conqueror. A very, very powerful role. Even more so than Thanos. He was about to. Thanos is like a plaything compared to what his character was going to be. Remember, when you play certain roles, in Hollywood, your whole career can be built off of that role. Example, Tobey Maguire. He done Spider-Man. You don't see that man no more because all of the image rights and everything, he's getting paid every single year. Same with even like Iron Man. He don't need to come back.
Robert Downey.
Yeah, he don't need to. He don't need to come back because when you play a role like that, you see Robert Downey Jr. in another film, and you say, "Oh, Iron Man's in this."
Come on.
That when a man owns a role like that, the Kang the Conqueror role was about to be massive, and because whatever nonsense he was keeping up with having women on the side, and anyway, he's a star. Anyway, he's a star. He's in shape. He's young. He's not married. Megan Good or the English girl. Megan Good or the indigenous girl. This is what happens with a lot of them Love is Blind crew. When they finally meet the right one and they say, oh, damn, this is what, oh my days. Now you got woman on the side. And what happened? You got this woman on the side. Do you think that a man's going to cut off Megan Good and go back to the indigenous girl? The man acted a fool.